Hello everyone, 94lukeg here. I'm really happy and a little shitty for the past couple of weeks, but I'm okay now. Um, so I've talked about this on my Discord, about streaming and all that. In case you haven't, in case you've seen the replays on my YouTube that I've streamed on Twitch, I kind of took a break from streaming. The last game that I've done was Enter Electro, in which I may need to start again on that. Shocker pissed me off, and it was still a fun game, honestly, but honestly, the first game of the PS1 days was obviously Spiderman on PS1, because I've streamed that also. And still thinking about Monster Carnage Arc all the time. And honestly, it was quite a fun stream. I thought I would do it in one go, but I didn't. But done matter. But anyway, I'm considering of doing Enter Electro again, and yeah, pretty much it. And I've been talking about Resident Evil 8 as well, and redo that again, because I think it's a perfect time to do something like that. And because by the time I've got it, and then a few weeks after I streamed it, might have been a month or something, I can't remember, I streamed it and just left it alone, If I want to get back to it next time and redo it again, maybe. And like I've mentioned, redo Enter Electro again. So anyways, quite an interesting week as well. No Way Home was spectacularly amazing. No pun intended. But by the way, I ain't going to say any spoilers whatsoever. But I think you're all going to love that fucking movie, honestly. And watched Let There Be Carnage, which was a decent sequel as well. Because I've talked about this more than once, like on my previous streams as well. That not only the clone story is my favourite, like Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider and all that. I believe Miles Morales had like a clone story as well recently. So not only Peter, but Miles Morales as well. So that's interesting, really. But yeah, the clones story is one of my favourites. But not just that, it's not the only one. But the symbiote story saga as well. You can tell by the title of the video, Spider Shadow, a what if story, because this isn't the only time that they haven't done a what if. So they done countless others with Captain America and Fantastic Four, anyone at all, every single one. So it's not just the Disney Plus series was a whole new thing, but this was like always out there with the comic books for a very, very long time ago. So I like these what if scenarios because it's quite interesting to see a different perspective of any character in different similar type of story. And I have to review Spider Shadow because, again, like I've said, the symbiote stories, I fucking love it so much. Well, anyway, I love it. And, it's a different change, because this is the only variant cover that I've bought. I really love it so much. There are a few different variants of other comics as well, but for the rest of the 4 books are just regular books and normal covers. But I think I chose, honestly, this one feels like a variant, but it's not, but it feels like it. But what I was saying, I chose the first book variant cover because it it looked cool. But I think the main cover with Peter, like, bonded with the Venom symbiote was interesting. Similar to this one with Peter and MJ, Mary Jane Watson kissing, because, you know, great boyfriend and girlfriend of the Marvel series, you know. And I like that cover, even though it's not a variant as well. So, anyway, it's been a long time since I've done these comics, these comic book reviews, especially mangas, like the Akira and the Ghost in the Shell review that I talked about. The whole franchise, actually, if you can remember, not only I did the first book, I did the 1.5 or the 2.5, I can't remember. Then I kind of talked about the second book as well, talked about the movies as well, and that's it. And I was quite chuffed with making these reviews, but until I've done the Akira review, I put hard work on that, like I did with the Arkham City review, which I've deleted all due to copyright and all that shit. And you get the picture. So anyway, let's say instead of Eddie Brock, a well-known Venom, never bonded with the Venom symbiote right after when Peter Parker come to his senses, and, you know, with a few issues that he's warred with the suit as well, especially with the well-known issue with the Secret Wars where he bonded with the alien suit, which was originally called at the time. Instead of Eddie Brock becoming Venom, it's Peter Parker. And it's the same whole thing over and over again. And, you know, I find it interesting because because with Peter Parker, he becomes like a character change into Eddie Brock in a way, like with the similar attitude that he's been going through. And Eddie Brock is on the comics as well, but it's quite a change. And instead of, well, like I've mentioned, not taking the Venom symbiote alien suit, he becomes something else in the next few pages of the book. So, again, quite a change between characters, and obviously Venom is the whole villain, obviously, but at the same time, with the other, but again, it's a what if anyway. At the same time, I never really thought Venom was a villain. I mean, of course, there's character changes and all that jazz. I mean, I suppose you get like other symbiotes like Carnage, Toxin, Scream, you know, whatever, like. But in the Spider Shadow, he is one mean motherfucker, honestly. He's one mean son of a bitch. I like the whole art style. I love the presentation, like, set in between, like, you know, at the time with before the Venom symbiote Carnage storyline became cool. Well, it could be in any timeline whatsoever, like, but since the whole thing started, it was around the 80s, I think. So yeah, and with that Venom, he has his own comics, obviously. Lethal Protector and Donny Cates as well, and other countless comics as well. And it's not just Spider-Man trying to find out what is going on with the suit. With the help of Fantastic Four, well, mainly Reed Richards, experimenting on the suit, and Peter Parker finding out what is really going on, and why Peter, like, hearing voices in his head, but it's actually the symbiote talking to him, finding out that the suit is alive, you know, like the old books, like they've mentioned, but you know, what if, obviously, um, you know, it was all because of the first book of the Spider Shadow, with the tragedy death of Aunt May, all thanks to Hobgoblin, and Peter goes fucking nuts and does something unimaginable. Quite effed up, really. You can see why it's a what if scenario, like a what if story series. So you can see where it's coming from. Like, so yeah, during the next couple of pages in, like I've mentioned, Eddie Brock not bonded with the alien suit, the symbiote suit, Venom, becomes something else. So no symbiote for him on, obviously. Does get to fight other villains, well-known villains as well, obviously. But it's all mainly about Venom, and started to terrorize the city, infected a couple of people with the suit as well. It's Peter's job, after coming back to his senses, like, you know, not talking about what if, but he already come to his senses after, like, you know, trying to get the suit off. But it's not just fire that's the weakness, but it's noise as well. So that's one thing they kind of missed, like, because I know that I've read the books, like, it's noise and fire. I suppose that in a way, in a what if, because, you know, I suppose that Venom is immune to noise, perhaps? I don't know, it's hard to say really. Like, if you have seen the animated series, love it. And Spider-Man 3, which is not the greatest film ever, but I still love it, in a way, like. I mean, not many people like it, but I like it anyway. I mean, it did have a few flaws, like, you know, with Venom, like, but it feels like Eddie was talking the whole time, and not even a sound effect to make his voice deeper, if you know what I mean. So, not quite Venom-ish, if you know what I mean, but it's just, I mean, it is what it is, I suppose, but again, whatever. And after defeating Venom, the end, I suppose. And it's quite a nice nod. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a nice nod to another what if scenario story with that ending. But I'm not going to say anything, but I can give you a clue. If you have read the books yourself, then you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's Spider Shadow. What do I think for any of you? Should you go and pick them up, or just get the full book and have a read for yourself? What is the question? If I were you, I'd go pick it up. If you enjoy Spider-Man, if you enjoy the symbiote story, I mean, I quite find it interesting, and I think you're gonna love it. I love how it's presented, and you know, the art style and everything, and the story is just amazing. Again, no pun intended, but I find it quite interesting, and it's the only book that the only what if event of these comics I got, but I don't know if they're going to continue with another series, like with another Marvel character, maybe. It's going to take some time on, obviously, but if it's something to do with something else, maybe Eddie Brock is Venom, or maybe I just thought about something right now, because I know everyone loves their what if, like with Spider-Man becoming Venom, or Peter Parker becoming Venom. What if Eddie Brock becomes Spider-Man? What if he becomes the Spectacular? What if he becomes the Friendly Neighborhood? What if he becomes the Amazing Spider-Man? What if? Because I think that would be interesting, really. And, Peter Parker becoming Venom. Like, with these fucking books as well. But you get what I mean anyway. So, I'm sorry for swearing. Sorry for my French. I'm just quite happy that I've done a review again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who's watching right now. And I know it's been a long time with me, like, reviewing a comic book series as well. I've been taking some time off in, college as well. And enjoying life from the outside world as well. I mean, yeah, I've been doing streaming, but I haven't been doing it for near a month now. And again, I want to do like Enter Electro and Resident Evil 8 again. I don't know what day that I will do, but I do have a Discord, and I will update on there maybe in case anything happens. If there's a change of plans, I'll have to do it another time maybe. Links will be down below on the description, and if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. Do use Twitter, but I should be putting a link on there as well. But I do have Instagram if anyone wants to check it out and what I post on there. But yeah, I do have a Discord down below, and make updates on there. So again, I just want to say thank you all for watching. I don't know what's next I should review, but again, I will update you all on Discord, on my server, and let you all know what is going on and what type of comic book or manga and potential anime review again next time. So bear that in mind. So anyway, thank you all for watching. This is 94lukeg signing out. Thank you very much. Miss you all.